Hi everyone, I'm Sunny and today's pick a card is a quick yes or no pick a card. Will your previous connection come back or connections? So take your time if you feel like you need it, pause the video and then select the pile or piles of your choice. So remember, it doesn't always have to be a romantic sense. It could also be a friendship or a family connection or an acquaintance, but do keep in mind that for the majority of the people, it will be a like previous love connection. So for pile number one, you guys have the Six of Swords reverse. So this is a no for you. So the person in your mind is not going to come back. I think they've already started like their own path in a different place. I think communication is difficult for you to achieve with this person because they have cut out all contact. I couldn't say those out of all contact. They've cut out any form of contact with you. Maybe they've blocked you on social media. Maybe they don't take your calls anymore, or your FaceTime calls or your notifications through people like if you're trying to notify them, like if you're going to be at some place at some party, like they're not going to obviously show up to that place, right? So just keep in mind that wherever you had your form of contact with this person, it's just like gone. So let this person be, do about your own path. Continue, don't really rely on this person. But yeah, I do feel they've turned their back on you. They don't want to face you for whatever. Maybe there could have been miscommunication or misunderstandings or strong words being said that were kind of a little cutthroat and icy. You really cut through that feeling, I think, and maybe it was needed. So even if it was a love connection, I feel that you made your peace with that, in that sense of like, sure, you sometimes think about this person, but I do think that you needed what, like if you just needed to basically vent out what you needed to vent out with this person, whether it's their flaws or things that bothered you from them and that they continue to do. It was very much well spoken, even if it wasn't too much in consideration of their emotions. It was your honest truth. So just keep that in mind, that if it was something that needed to be said, it was said and it's done. So don't look back. They've moved on, they've started a new path, and they feel much lighter, less anxious, and let them be. And I think that might apply for you too, where you feel a little lighter, but maybe you're kind of wondering in that nosy stage of like maybe you're wondering whatever happened to this person, like are they going to come back? No. So next, pile number two, you guys have the Emperor upright. So this is a yes, but keep in mind it's not a yes that's positive for everybody all the time, or no's are not always negative either. So just keep that in mind. For the first one, it felt more like communication just didn't want to be there. For this one, it feels like stubborn energy that keeps coming back, and I think you know it. So yeah, I do think this person's coming back. I do think it's someone that's very stubborn, someone that's strong-willed, probably a masculine, probably an actual potential ex, or someone that was interested in you, that was kind of a very maybe alpha type of person, or maybe direct, or very very Aries energy. Just give me a moment before I continue. I had to take a sip of water. Okay, so for pile number two, sure, even if it's a friendship, I think it's probably a guy friend who's coming back, and it's up to you to decide whether you feel this, you're open for this. It's free will. You don't always have to accept the fate that's been given to you. You can always change that. But sure, this person's coming back pretty fast. I feel sooner than you expect to. It's not always a certain time frame, but rather, if you think about a time frame for every specific person, quicken that up just a bit. They might they might come during Aries season too, or any other like fire season, which is Leo season, or Sagittarius season, which is like summer and fall, but to each their own. But I do feel there's a potential of as fast as they come, they can easily go. So take what resonates. But I do think this person is someone that's very strong-willed, in the sense where they're ego driven. So either out of pride they come back because they want to have the last word, or they want to like be the person in power, like a very dictatorship kind of connection or friendship, or they just want to know that they can mess with you, in that sense of like, I got the last laugh, or I got the last like say, okay, I'm gonna go back, kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. But or they could be someone that's very protective of you or very protective of their energy. Um, do keep that in mind. Sorry, my throat's my throat's going out again. So that's what I have for you guys. Next, pile number 3. You guys have the Tower of Reversed. So know this person in your mind, this connection is not coming back for you, or you're not going back to them, which is good. I think overall, even if it's a friendship, I think it caused a lot of turmoil. Maybe it was a messy connection where, example, you used to party with them or you used to hang out with them, and it was all fun and games until like it got out of control and you guys got in trouble. Maybe like example, someone getting a DUI or something, and then your friend bailing out meaning like they step out like they don't really help you, even though they could be doing the same thing. So it could be one of those things where you're like, just my luck. So it could be like that, where it caused you to have a drastic change of connection or a drastic change of feelings with this person, because not that you needed them all the time, but rather when you thought you had their back and forth, right? You had their back and they had yours. It wasn't there, right? Or even if it was a potential lover, ex-lover connection that you were interested in, it's the fact that they came and changed everything and caused chaos because they're someone that doesn't consider the consequences of their actions. So maybe they were just messy, and sure, maybe you guys weren't official, right? But maybe that connection brought jealousy from others or envy, and so that caused a lot of mental turmoil for you, and it was overwhelming for you to have to always constantly deal with the backlash of others. So maybe that's why, it wasn't the best connection for you to grow, but it gave you the backbone you needed to basically put yourself in a pedestal of bettering yourself in different circumstances without them. So I do think for this pal, you should leave the past as is. It would just mess with your psyche, maybe, or maybe how you're feeling internally. It's just maybe you're still a little sensitive or like confused. Maybe that's why you're here, and it causes you a bit of confusion, but this connection is best left behind. But do take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Ultimately, you have the last word. I don't. It is your life. You just come here for that confirmation. But no, they will not be coming back. I think that they're going through their own changes and their own things to deal with. Maybe the repercussions and consequences of stuff that they thought they could continue to do but no longer can. They need different foundations, and the foundations that they build upon are not sturdy, and maybe their own groups of people are not supportive. So maybe that's why they need a better backbone, right, for their own situations. So just keep that in mind. So next, pile number 4, you guys have a yes. This is a 2 of Wands. So the person in your mind, the connection or friendship or whoever you want to think about for this scenario, will be coming back, and I think it's from a previous past. So I think you were either physically attracted to this person, so it could be, for most people, a previous love connection, in a sense where you either went out with them or you kind of were like not official, or you were a situationship or stuff like that. So for example, if you're wondering if they'll come back, sure. And if you're wondering would they be changed, yes. I think you're looking at the bigger prospect and you're looking at your surroundings. I think you're looking for that answer. I think you're waiting. I think you're in this waiting period of, I want them to come to me, I don't want me to come to them, because it's always the other way, I feel. Especially with this one energy, I think you're someone that could take the initiative for the most part, and you want them to take the initiative this time, if you do want that. So I do think that they would be coming back, but I don't know if that's obviously what you need at this time. Every person is different, but I do think the potential's there. It's just that you're kind of waiting for that reply. It'll come faster than you expect, but maybe not the next hour, right? But sooner than expected. But I do think that you are waiting for this person. Maybe they're at a far distance, or maybe they traveled far, they come back to where you're at, because maybe you live in the same city and they're visiting, right, for the weekend. So you're wondering if they're going to hit you up. So just keep that in mind. It could be someone that you had from a distance, or a connection that was distant, or a connection that dissolved and then it's coming back, or it was a potential like person who meant the world to you. So I do think you hold a special feeling, a special place for this person, but you're wondering if the situations would have changed their personality or whatever. Like, has time changed you guys for the better or for the worse? You're kind of wondering in that space. And even if it's a friendship, it's in the same space of like, have they gotten to be worse with their personality? Have they changed their ways? Or have they grown up? Have they matured? And you're kind of wondering if they've taken responsibility of their actions and stuff. Like, are they the better person? Are they the bigger person now? Or am I always going to be at fault too? So just keeping that in mind. It could be a two-person thing where it could be from them too and you too. Like, you need to grow up, or you have been growing up or try to, and you're wondering, would it mesh well again or would it not? You're kind of in that in-between space of wondering if things could be better. So just keep that in mind. So thank you so much for watching this. It was a quick pick a card. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching, and I'll see you in a different video. So bye everybody.